Welcome back to Hannity as we continue with 2016 Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump, who's with us. We're at Valdosta State University. Y'all having a good time? Okay. I had an argument years ago with Vicente Fox when he was president of Mexico, and I said, what about all the illegals that are leaving your country and coming into ours? He would not acknowledge the term illegal immigrant. And we had a big argument on TV, on this show. Okay. And he called you a Nazi. Joe Biden apologized for you saying we've got to protect the country from drugs and crime. What is your reaction to both of them?
Well, I watched. He also threw out the F-bomb. If you would have done it, or if I would have done it, it would have been the end of your job. It would have been, I don't know, I won't lose my job at least, but I would have gone through a big problem. You understand that? He threw out that word. It was so disgusting. And, you know, if you look at it, what he was really doing, he was indignant that somebody would actually tell him, first of all, he's not even the president anymore, but that somebody would tell Mexico that, you know, you're going to have to start coming along because they, and I get along great with the Mexicans, I get along great with everybody and everything having to do with Mexico, but they have ripped off our country so badly, and China, and Japan, and India, and Vietnam, and any other country that you want to talk about. We're going to make such great deals. We're going to change those deals. We're going to rip those deals up, and we're going to have real trade deals done by Carl Icahn and the smartest people in business.
Well, I've been down to the border for the Fox News channel. Right. And I've been all the way from the Rio Grande to San Diego. I was in a drug warehouse bigger than this room, floor-to-ceiling drugs. I was in an office building in San Diego. A tunnel had been dug from Mexico. Right. I was there when gang members were arrested. Believe it or not, I was on horseback, all-terrain vehicle, helicopters, and boats. Right. I've been down there 10 times. It is so dangerous. 600,000 crimes in Texas alone. Why don't people ever tell that side of the story?
Well, look, we're going to have a border. It's going to be a real border, and we're going to build a wall, and it's going to be a serious wall, and it's going to be a serious wall. Just remember. And you remember I said it. And remember this also. Mexico, Sean, is going to pay for the wall. You know, these politicians come up, and they say, you don't really mean Mexico's going to pay. I'm a business guy. I've done unbelievable deals. You know, they talk about this deal, that deal. I've done hundreds of deals that are so good. Nobody ever wants to talk about the great deals. I've done unbelievable. In fact, I filed my financials with the FE. Nobody believes how good they are, the federal elections. And, you know, I'm very proud of it. And we will have Mexico pay for that wall. Sure. And you know what? If I'm wrong about this, you're going to all come back. We'll have another meeting, and I'll apologize to you, okay? Mexico, it's going to be a serious wall. It's going to be a real wall. It's not going to be a wall that they just climb up and, you know, you see what they do.
The New York Times is claiming today that they had an off-the-record conversation with you in January. Off the record, by the way. Now they're leaking it.
Yeah, of course.
Typical media.
No, the most dishonest media group. And it's also failing. I call it the failing New York Times. It is doing so badly, it's dying. But I did. We had a board meeting. It was off the record. All of a sudden, they leak. It's all over the place.
They said, "Oh, it's negotiable on the wall."
Everything. By the way, it is negotiable. Things are negotiable. I'll be honest with you. You know, I'll make the wall 2 feet shorter or something. I mean, everything's negotiable.
It's not negotiable about building it.
No, building it, not negotiable.
It's not negotiable about. Would it be negotiable about the 11 million? Maybe let some people stay if they register in a period of time.
I would say this. Look, I've always said we have some good people over here, and they're going to go out. But we will work out some system that's fair, but we either have a country or we don't. We need a border. We need a wall. We need a wall. You know, I won New Hampshire, and they have a tremendous heroin problem. And I promise the people of New Hampshire, we're going to stop that heroin from coming in. It's a very hard thing to kick, and they have tremendous. We're going to work on the people that have the habit already, and we're going to try and get them better. We got to try and get them better. They have tremendous. Of all the places, New Hampshire, it's like the first question I get all the time, the heroin problem, comes right over the southern border. Not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen anymore. But there's always going to be some negotiation. I mean, whether the wall is 50 feet tall or 40 feet tall. And one of the things one of the reporters said to me, they said, well, what happens, you know, Vicente Fox made this statement. How do you respond? Because it was an arrogant, terrible, horrible statement. And I said, here's how I respond. The wall just got 10 feet higher. And I meant it. And he was incensed. And then Joe Biden goes and people, look, Mexico's great. And the people are great because I have many, many Mexicans.
Finish that thought on crazy Uncle Joe.
I was just going to say. And Joe Biden goes and apologizes for what? We have right now a $58 billion trade deficit with Mexico. That's why the wall gets built, by the way. That's why they're going to pay for it. The wall is going to cost.
Will the name Trump be on it?
Only if it's beautiful. I have to see. The wall gets built. It's going to cost $10 billion to build the wall. Okay, it's a lot of money. It's a wall. You know, Great Wall of China is 13,000 miles long. This is 1,000. We need 1,000. Of the 2,000, we need 1,000. It's going to cost $10 billion to build the wall. It's going to be a very terrific wall. But you know what? When you're losing $58 billion, in other words, Mexico's making essentially 58.
It'll be part of a big,
not bad.
it'll be part of a trade deal.